Assalamu alaikum, welcome to YouTube channel Animal Life. Today we shall discuss about the phylum Mollusca. The torsion and shell coiling. Molluscans are typically bilaterally symmetrical animals, but this symmetry is lost in the gastropods due to the true process named coiling and torsion. There is tendency for digestion and reabsorption to be confined to the dorsal digestive gland or liver. The liver undergoes growth to form a projection which grows so much that it falls over to one side, causing a coiling of the alimentary canal into the visceral hump. The shell is also coiled with a spiral coiling. One confuses another process called coiling involved before the torsion. The torsion is a 180-degree counterclock twisting of the visceral masses, mantle cavity, and mental. Torsion positions the gill, anus, and the opening from the excretory and reproductive system just behind the head and nerve cords and twists the digestive tract into the U-shape. In torsions, only a narrow part of the body and the organs which passes through it are twisted. It is the smallest part which lies between the visceral hump and the rest of the body. Here you can see the torsion. When a prey attacks to the parasites, it will involve in it. Here are some parts: the mouth, anus, mantle cavity, foot, which involves in the C diagram. You can see it is a torsion at the 180-degree angle occur. The pre-torsion larva are bilateral symmetry. The mantle cavity is posterior and ventral. Gut is straight, opening posteriorly. A ventral flexure of the body changes the straight alimentary canal into the loop shape, and the mouth and anus came close to each other. Now here is the mechanism. Torsion can be brought about in the following ways: 180-degree rotation by muscles contraction, alone as in armia. Rotation occurs in the two stages: first 90-degree contractions of the larva retractor muscles, and the second 90 by the differential growth as in the patella and helioids. Rotation by differential growth alone as in vivipara. Now we shall discuss about the effects of the torsion. In pre-torsion stages, the posterior located mantle cavity opens the backward mouth and anus at the opposite ends. Sternate area is pointed to backward auricles behind the ventricles in the posterior side. In this diagram, you can see the left pleural ganglion, left pedal ganglion, left intestinal periganglion, and the circumentary ring, the intestinal connective mental edge, and the ventricle. Now here is the advantages of the molluscan species. The adaptive significance of torsion is speculative. However, three advantages are the possible. Without torsion, withdrawal into the shell would proceed with foot entering first and more vulnerable head entering last. With it, the head enters the shell first, exposing the head less to potential predators. In some snails, the proteinaceous, and in some calicarious covering called the operculum on the dorsal posterior margins of the foot into the mantle cavity. The operculum closes the opening of the shell, thus protecting the desiccation when shell is dying. Now here is the maintenance functions, digestive system and the excretory systems. The digestive system of molluscan is the tube type. While there are silent variations depending on the molluscan is carnivorous, omnivorous, or herbivorous, the general setup of the molluscan digestive system is same. Molluscan have the mouth, esophagus, stomach, and anus in the mantle cavity. Here you can see in the diagram the colon, the coelom, herd, gonad, stomach, shell, radula, mouth, esophagus, intestine. Now when we shall discuss about the respiratory and the circulatory system of the molluscan species, you can see the H2O upcoming and the outgoing in the axis filaments attaching membrane and skeleton rod. Now you can see a circulatory system use blood to transport both oxygen from the respiratory system to the organs and tissue within the animals and carbon dioxide waste from these tissues back to the respiratory system. These systems are more efficient than simple diffusion between the tissues and environment. In the molluscans, all heart, hemocoel, and gills are involved. The respiratory system also contains respiratory pigment known as the hemocyanin. They also have extensive ornamental known as the siphon, which act as an inhalant tube. The circulatory part has one of the ventricle and the two auricles. Now when we talk about the reproduction and the development, most molluscans are dioecious, although some marine snails and slugs are hermaphrodite. Molluscans are sexually reproducing organisms. The free-swimming trochophore larva emerges from the egg in many molluscs, remarkably similar to that seen in the annelids. When we talk about the nervous system, in molluscan is present between numerous diversities. It exhibits the gradual coming up the complexities from simple to complex, which can be marshaled into the one perspective, the nervous coordination prior to the description of the nervous system. As you can see in the diagram, the cerebral core ganglion, the buccal ganglion, the buccal commissioners, and the right pleural ganglion and the right pedal ganglion are the ganglion involved in the molluscan. There is the proteinous condition, streptoneurus condition, simple, and the complicated gastroneuri. You can see in the diagram that you are involved in all these activities. I have to end my lecture here. Inshallah, we'll meet in our next lecture. Stay tuned with us. Allah Hafiz.